Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in to another wonderful episode of Indy by Night Blurred Lines. My name is Jabers, and we are going to be playing a good old game of Vampire the Masquerade. We're going to introduce who we're going to be playing this evening as we go ahead and get ready to wrap up this wonderful, wonderful night that you guys have all loved, and definitely not bestial failed your way through. Um, so we're going to head and go start with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I'm going to be playing Marlowe, and for a second I thought you were going to say wrap up this chronicle, and I honestly wasn't surprised.
No, no, no. It's not flashy enough to be a chronicle ending yet. Um, Next up, we have Justin.
Hello, I'm Justin. I'll be playing Julian the Malkavian.
Next up, we have Hannah.
Hey, I'm Hannah playing Charlie the Zimitzi.
Next up, we have Rob.
Hey everyone, I'm Rob and I'm playing Vincent our La Sombra.
Next up, we have Lennon.
Hello, I'm Lennon, and I'll be playing Kenneth, the Nosferatu.
And last but not least, we have Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I'll be playing Riley Toreador.
I always just get terrified with just the clans that are in this coterie. Y'all
We're not a coterie yet.
That's why I put the parentheses around it. Parentheses, quotes. That's the word I was looking for. We're learning how to do this whole thing called speaking again.
Cool grammar, bud.
Hey, thanks, dog. As we get sort of a recap into last week, shit might have hit the fan in every case of the word. You guys were able to go ahead and break into the back door, as Riley had made an entrance into the front of this church. As they're heading in, some orange smoke began to fill the room as they began to projectile vomit everywhere, all over the floor, and getting hungrier. As this conversation within Riley and this individual kept going further and further, Riley was able to get them out of the room and head outside as Vincent was able to assess these sensors and head into a safe way across the room to be able to get to Riley. As the two of them were able to dispatch this individual, Riley getting to feed pretty extensively, but not committing the terrible act of diablerie. But you guys were able to go ahead and kidnap this individual. While all this was happening, Kenneth went up to the top in their super stealth mode that was activated. Upon getting to the top, a sharp pain ripped through them as a extremely and perfectly silent gunshot, thanks to Kenneth's own powers. And then the quick stumbling over the side of the building and into the bush, also silent thanks to Kenneth's powers. You were able to see them out of many people's peripherals, as you guys are continuing to get the people out of the back quarantined room area and hurry up and try to protect them as best as possible. But what you guys didn't expect is trying to protect them from one of your own, as Charlie latched on to one of them and began to feed upon Fanny, the whole reason why you guys were in this situation to begin with. As Riley does, looking at their phone in the middle of an active shooter situation, Riley also took a gunshot wound as everyone began to get in the process of leaving Charlie, finding this new gun that was handed to her, shoots a warning shot off into the air as white phosphorus begins to burn wildly from the front of the gun, sending the three kindred off in three different directions as far as their legs would take them, while the beast says it's time to leave, including the car that was standing there as Vincent hits the gas pedal and squeals off, with Victor in the car as well. The two of you continue to head off as you guys began to slowly but surely connect and recontact people to make sure that everyone is found and head to the nearest location where you guys can regroup and break it down.
Can't tell you how disappointed I am, both player and character, that we lost that cool ass gun.
It's true.
I mean, it's done nothing but good things for us so far. So
It was a nice plot device to move the plot forward.
Show you a plot device.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we ended the scene last time, Riley and Charlie received a notification from an email Dropbox that they haven't heard from in quite some time, saying, "Are you in town? We should meet up." And yes, we should. Both signed, Banana Pancakes.
I think that was a look that was shared that was like, we should deal with this later.
Yeah, as you guys had this awkward conversation behind Vincent, and Vincent's like, no, it's fine. You guys can have this awkward moment. It's great.
No, secrets are fine.
But at this point, you guys, I believe, we're headed back to the Baron's front door with the problems, if I remember correctly.
Sounds right.
As a rendezvous point. Anyone remember differently?
No.
Perfect.
I do remember having scooped that like cowl hood thing off of the guy that I fed on.
You
So-
indeed did.
Kept that piece.
Okay. A interesting car ride, as nothing really seems to happen after you guys seem to calm down and are also needing to find a place to ditch the van that has multiple people in the back of it as well. Oh, small piece of knowledge that's coming back to me now. Victor is actually, not with Vincent, but with Julian, and a unknown person who's sitting in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
But we'll let that stew for a little bit. We'll go ahead and work with the other half of the coterie as we go ahead and get that arrival situated here.
I don't remember the mystery person, but all right.
So we'll go ahead and be with the other car, which I believe was Vincent and Kenneth, Riley, and Charlie.
Seems right.
So where are we in our drive at this point? Have we made it to where we think the Baron might be?
You guys are just probably a couple streets down. If you guys wanted to prep anything or have any sort of conversation, you guys are about a couple streets away at this point after picking up Riley and Charlie from their various locations.
So I think sitting in the console in front of the shifter is Vincent's phone, which definitely has like a crack down the screen and is maybe not entirely flat anymore. And he's gonna look down at it and go, "Why don't you have a working phone? If we're gonna go in and talk to the Baron about this, it'd be good to have a picture that proves that we actually saved some of these people."
Yeah. My phone's good.
All right, you want to get in touch with one of the others and see if they can snap a photo. Unless they're headed here.
Thought the plan was that we were all gonna meet up. But yeah, I'm gonna send
Oh.
a quick text to the other car. Just
Yeah,
like
no,
the
no
two of
worries if
them.
you want to meet up. I can just park here, but I definitely don't want to go and have this be something that they have to trust us on.
Right. Now, proof is always better than no proof. That's for sure. Yeah, I'll still send them a text. I'm just, y'all good? We're close. Where y'all at?
I'm not replying to that. There's some stranger in the front seat that shouldn't be there.
Roughly about this time, you guys are um, about 3 or 4 streets out. You guys took a little bit longer than they did, just simply because you were trying to make sure that no one was following you and under sort of capabilities. As you guys were punching it out of there. But yes, we can go ahead and swap to the other vehicle with Julian and Victor and this unnamed individual in the passenger seat who doesn't seem to acknowledge you when you were talking about them. Just continue to look forward.
And if I remember correctly, last time I had asked Julian about it, and Julian was acting like they didn't see anybody, right?
Correct.
That is correct.
And I believe I was creeping forward, I think, to like tap the person on their shoulder. So I think that's probably where Marlo is at right now.
Okay. As you are in the process of creeping forward, the person stops and sort of slightly turn their head, not fully turning to look towards you, but at least looking back, and you can see one eye sort of looking back towards you, acknowledging your movement.
Who are you?
A friend.
A friend of Julian's?
Yes.
Julian, who's your friend?
Who are you talking to?
Does the friend seem to react when Julian says that?
They look towards Julian, head sort of cocked a little bit. Not facial expression hasn't changed at all. One that has almost like purpose and a little bit of smugness to them, but looks towards Julian and looks back towards you. Whether he knows it or not.
Am I the only one that can see you? And why can I see you and Julian can't?
Ooh. You can see me because I'm right here. Driving.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the guy in the passenger seat.
There's no one in the passenger seat.
The grown-ups are talking right now.
You want to eat dashboard?
At that comment, you go ahead and see he gets a smirk grows across his face, where you can definitely see one of the vampiric teeth sort of exposed.
What does this imaginary person look like?
What does this imaginary person look like?
They look like. I'm trying to see if it was yes. Um,
Yeah, I think you flashed the picture at one point.
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's still in the Indy by Night chat. You just gotta scroll up to the 8th. But a rather slender individual, combed over brown hair, black suit with a sort of dark maroon shirt with a vibrant red tie underneath. Very, very well put together.
Okay, and I know when I looked at that picture, I was like, "Oh, that guy looks kind of a lot like Julian." Does Marlo feel the same way?
Um, go
Like a
ahead.
younger, more vicious Julian?
Wits and insight here. DC's gonna be 3
Wits
on
and
this.
insight. Okay. I just love that I'm now having a conversation in front of Julian with the air, and it is not going to be easy to explain this later. Oh, well, that's not good.
Or hear me out. Really good.
Yeah, fair. Really good. All right. Nothing I can do about that. We're going to go with really good because I have no control at this point.
Exactly. There's some slight differences. Some slight similarities, but not enough to make that big of a jump. To that, it's like, oh, this is definitely a younger version. There definitely looks like there's some relation, but not beyond that.
Yeah. So then Julian, he looks like a dude. I'll try to describe him. Does that sound like somebody you know? Does that sound like the person who helped you out the other day? Maybe.
I mean, yeah, kind of sounds like Nick.
And then I look at the guy. It's like, is your name Nick?
It is nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Nick. It's Nick. I don't know why you can't. Why can't he see you, Nick?
That is. I don't know.
Told you that Nick was real. But why can you see him and I can't?
Yeah, you told me Nick was real, but now I'm having a conversation with somebody you can't see. So, I don't know.
I
It's been a
am
stressful night.
saying I am trained in obfuscation, so it may just be he not able to perceive me like you can.
But he can't hear you either.
Like I said, I'm very well trained in it.
Well, that's handy because we have a friend who could just like make it so we can't hear, but we can still see him, and that's not as effective as you might think.
It's
It's got some drawbacks.
It sounds like it. As he gets the smirk begins to turn into a very toothy grin.
Okay.
Coming up on
I'm gonna sit back down now, and I'm gonna think about what all this means and have a conversation with myself some more. And then the phone buzzes, and he says, "Oh, thank God," and sits back down.
You're welcome.
And yes, on way, having. God, I hope you can see this guy too. Send somebody out to the car when we get here.
Is the God I hope you could see this guy too in the text?
Yes.
All right. I'm just gonna hit you with the thumbs up like reaction. And look at the rest of the car. All right, so that car's just crazy. Just everybody involved in that car is out of their mind. Apparently, there's somebody that not everybody can see. I don't know what the fuck.
This car is not having a super stable night either. So
Fair, but at least we can all see each other and know that we're real.
yeah,
So far.
yeah.
I don't like the so far.
You never know.
Riley, your seat does begin to kick up a little bit, as if someone's like kicking the back of your seat in the trunk.
We do
In
have
the
a body
trunk?
in the trunk.
Okay. Friends awake? I hate that.
No.
This sucks. I thought he was dead.
I think I jinxed it.
Why? Yeah, I hope that they're not dead. We sort of need them, but I also hope that they shut up.
Same. I'm gonna like elbow the seat. Fighting him back. Shut the fuck up, dude.
And just like that, everyone's a Malkavian tonight.
What the fuck is going on here? The things you've made us do.
All right, well, I guess one of us needs to stick with them. But we also have to actually get the Baron's attention. So
I mean, Charlie and I were here earlier. We can walk back in and Charlie can go, proof. Look at this shit, bitch. Don't call him a bitch. That feels like a bad move. But yeah. Then we can hit a cool pose and be like, money please, or something. I don't know.
are you incredibly broke? Because I think that money is sort of not the currency on this side of the world.
I'm not very liquid, that's for sure.
Okay. All right, well, we can fix that.
Well, I don't know. I was just kind of saying, like, here's the thing. Please observe that we did the job and provide payment for services in some way, shape, or form that's not the barter system.
Yeah. All right, good. Well, we already established that you're the go talk to people person and that I'm the creepy person, so I'll stick with the body.
I feel so like, I don't know if you're the creepy person or just the one that handles the stuff that is gross. But I feel like calling yourself the creepy person is maybe a disservice to you.
I more meant that I handled the creepy stuff, but whatever. It's fine. The point being,
Okay.
I'll stay with the body.
Speaking of, you
Cool.
get another kick on the back.
I'm gonna elbow back. Again, just shut up!
You may want to hear this.
Apparently he has good information for us or something. I vote we don't pull over to let this guy out of the trunk, because that sounds like a good way to get throat punched and watch somebody run off into the night.
Riley, you do
I don't
look,
know.
and there's a little in between you and Charlie. There is a little armrest that pulls down that does like connect to the trunk.
Oh, convenient. Cool, I'll open that up. What?
Hey, look, we got on the wrong foot. I get that. But you really should take this and call 1 before you do anything else.
And call 1?
Yeah, like call speed dial 1. Like they've already got your faces. Soon they'll have your name, addresses, and family, and nothing is off the table.
Usually that's a fun statement when somebody says nothing's off the table, but I
mean,
don't
it
like the way
still
you
could
said
be. I don't know what you're into.
Who is this calling?
that. Yeah. What she said.
My boss.
Which is
I don't have his name.
okay. I don't really care about the name. I'm asking, like, part of the popo or
Popo.
what?
Hell yeah.
You guys saw the
What organization are you from?
the Anarchs?
And you don't have the name of your boss?
No.
So you're telling me
I don't
that
know if you guys know
you're-
this, but there's some real shady and dark shit that goes on here, and even us don't like to flaunt that around 9 times out of 10.
So you're telling me that if we pull out your phone and dial one, it's going to get in contact with one of the barons?
I never said that. It's not one of the barons, it's my boss. It's not the same.
Okay.
So you're not under the Baron.
I mean, I'm under a baron, just like you guys are, but the baron is not my boss. You know, there's like
Isn't
a
the
night
Baron
job.
the boss of your boss?
I mean, probably. I don't know. Like, I don't know who the guy is. We communicate purely through email. I don't know. I've never seen the guy.
Wait, the person that we're about to call, you've never talked to besides email, but you have this person's number on Speedo.
Correct. They gave me this number or this phone when I picked up this portion of the business.
And how long ago was that?
6, 7 months ago.
I
Business
don't
been
know. I'm finding
good?
it
Until you
really
shits
hard
rolled
to
up.
believe that you didn't call.
Why would I call? Everything was good. He said, call this if bad shit happens. Bad shit hasn't happened.
I don't want to call when the shit has happened. It's not my problem.
It's very, very well could be your problem here shortly, is all I'm saying. It's not a threat, it's just information you would like to know. I'm trying to do you guys a solid, okay? I'm assuming that you guys are new and you guys don't know who you're walking and dealing with.
Yeah, he's kind of convinced me.
Yeah. What's the pain in a phone call, right?
Hold up. Let's think about the things that we do know. The thing that we know about you is that you kidnapped a bunch of people and held them in seemingly a permanent coma so that you could leech blood from them. Seems pretty fucked up. I don't know what we need to know about whoever else we're dealing with to make them the worse option.
You know, we could bring this phone to our Baron and just let him deal with it.
Sounds like a great idea.
You absolutely could.
Sounds like a plan. But same time, curiosity salted the snail, am I right?
What?
Okay, so I know it's not as cool as hanging up a phone, but can you close the armrest?
Yeah. Move your face.
Yo, you're lost.
Like,
Or don't.
I'm just gonna close it.
You hear him laugh in the trunk.
I don't like that he's laughing in the trunk now, guys. This all seemed really cool, but now it seems convincingly not cool.
Or he's just crazy.
Also,
Yeah.
that is also an option.
Or he's good at this.
Also an option.
I don't know.
I don't even work here.
Hello.
You're not part of our conversation anymore.
You don't even go here.
I also know. You want to take a right,
That
though?
sucks. Don't like that you just know where we are based on the movement of the car. That means you either do this yourself or you've been kidnapped a lot, and either one seems like a bad thing.
Probably not kidnapped since he's never had to call the phone number.
True.
How fast are we going, and how much traffic is there around?
It's not a terrible amount of traffic. And as far as how fast you're going, it's totally up to you how fast you're going. Speed limit is
Well,
a
we're sort of
solid
driving through
45.
downtown,
Right, speed limit's a solid 45 through here.
Just checking in case I need to do something later.
Understood.
Something.
So,
Tuck
what
and
was the point of
roll?
bringing this guy with us? Like, what do you want the end game to be?
Oh,
The point of bringing this guy with us is we rescued all the people that he snatched off the street, and he's connected to the group that did it. Everything the Baron could want. Pack it up in a nice bow.
Yeah. So
no.
that kind of
sin.
right. So that kind of makes me feel like we should just give him to the Baron then.
Right.
Do we
What if the
follow up
Baron's
with
a part
the
of it?
And the Baron's a
Then-
part of it, and he lets him go.
yeah?
We didn't know
Slap
any
on the
better. He
wrist.
told us to F off.
And we go, oops.
What do you mean, oops? They probably like know all of our faces now.
They do.
How long do you think this guy could breathe underwater? Do we just park this car like under a bridge?
No, I don't think that would be helpful.
I'm trying to be scary. You're supposed to say yes.
Oh, that did not sound scary at all.
Oh my god. All right. I'm gonna text the other car and go, I hope you can see our guy too.
What's scary is that gun that we shot. Maybe
Heh.
that would scare him.
I wanted that gun.
I apologize.
That happens. Can't be too upset about it, I guess. Mostly. Kind of. I mean,
Seems like
I'm a
you're
little
upset.
upset, but like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying not to let it like be a thing. You know what I mean? I still got this cool ass hood thing. So I'm gonna
I'll make
open
it my
that a
mission
little
to
bit.
get you another one.
Yes. I'm gonna open the armrest thing again and go, I'm gonna hold the hood up and go, hey, what the fuck does this shit do? If I put it on, am I gonna die?
I don't know how it impacts you.
Because I mean you were wearing it and
Hmm.
you're one of us, right?
I'd like to think so.
When I was feeding on this guy, did it taste like a full vampire or like a thin blood?
You've never tasted a thin blood, so you don't know.
That's fair.
There was Vitae that was running through them. You know that much.
All right. Hmm. So like what's it supposed to do though?
See us.
I mean, I wasn't hiding.
Truly see us.
Oh. Wild. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. And I'll close the armrest again.
Roughly about this time, you guys are pulling up to that open warehouse area where you guys had woken up at.
Do we wait for the other car, or are you just gonna head in?
I think we give it a minute. That's my vote. Kind of strengthen numbers kind of thing.
You do see them just on like at the next light, sitting at a light. So you
Wow.
guys definitely can
Then
see
yeah,
them from here.
We can hang out for a second, I guess.
So are we just gonna say what exactly happened?
For the most part, I think we exclude some of the more melty circumstances.
I guess up to you if you want to talk about Abby.
Oh yeah, I wasn't talking about that part. I was talking about like the church part.
Oh,
Well.
church. Yeah, I think we go top to bottom.
Maybe this person is responsible for Abby.
Maybe. I like where your head's at.
Anyway,
I don't
doesn't need
think
to be
the
a
Baron's gonna care about Abby, but
No, but having somebody to point the finger at for, just somebody being dead is kind of nice.
sure.
So, yeah. I want to know what the hell's going on with this whole I hope you can see the guy in our car thing.
maybe try the cape.
Maybe try the what?
The cowl thing that you have.
Oh, fuck yeah.
How about you wait until see if you can like naturally see them.
Also true. All right, yeah. If I can't see him, I'm gonna put this cape thing on, this cowl thing, and then we'll go from there.
I'm gonna open like that little cup holder thing and where's your phone?
Here. And he sends his phone out to you guys.
A little upset we didn't just take his phone. Like originally, I also thought he was dead, so I didn't think about that. I thought you were dead, dude. How the fuck are you alive?
I mean, we all have healing properties.
Works for me.
Who is up in the tower? Do you know who was up there? The bell tower.
Yeah, I know.
Cool guy. You like get beers and shit on the weekend.
Once.
See each other naked.
Once.
Nice.
All
That's
right,
real
I'm gonna get
friendship.
out of the car.
Victor, as you guys pull into the parking lot where of this warehouse, almost as you cross the threshold into it, the person in the passenger seat dissipates from view.
That's fucking typical.
Mm-hmm. Now you know what it's like.
No, not happy about this. How are we sharing a delusion, Julian?
You're asking me? I'm the crazy guy, remember?
What sounds like it's
Well, apparently not.
sort of by the back door that you were putting these individuals in. Victor, you do hear it's not.
What's not?
When you were talking about a shared delusion, you do hear a voice that matches Nick's on the other side of the van saying it's not.
But Julian
Do I
is still
hear
not
that?
hearing that.
Julian, you do hear that.
I heard that.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes me feel better. Or worse. I don't know yet.
Hey, Nick. Long time no see.
No response.
Or like your hair standing up on the back of your neck right now, because like I am full on freaking out.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a busy night. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
We should probably unpack this later, right? We need to deal
Sure.
with the rest
Yeah,
of
let's
this
get
first.
this taken care of.
Oh,
Get
okay.
out of this murder van.
Call it a murder van. The rescue
I mean,
van.
now. But a bottle of luminol probably wouldn't be enough to find all the blood stains in this fucking thing.
Oh, gross.
Says the guy who was licking a blood bag. I get out of the van.
I was hungry.
You guys sort of park next to each other in the parking lot. You guys do see a couple of different cars that are parked here. different makes and models. But there is a Jeep that sticks out to you guys that is parked here as well.
Why does it stick out?
As the coterie that you guys were working with that sped off from your guys' area.
Fuck. We should abandon. We should bail. We should get the fuck out of here. Like now, Spill. Just drop the bodies in the parking lot and
where
go.
and do what? They're not
Anywhere
bodies,
but
they're
here.
people. They're people, not bodies.
Not really people.
Why are they not people?
Because they're us.
I'm a person.
No, you're not. You're
Alright,
a
this is another
blood-sucking
later conversation.
vampire.
I would have been if you hadn't stopped me from eating a blood bag.
Uh-huh. Let's
Just
just
hangry vampire right now.
okay, we gotta have our story straight. What are they gonna be telling them in there? I mean, if we can't be honest with each other, we're fucked. So what are they gonna be saying in there?
I think at this point, any lie is going to be way too complicated, so we just go with the truth as we understand it.
So what's the truth as we understand it?
I don't even know.
Okay, well then I'm
We-
sticking
we're
with the fact
gonna
that I don't
save-
know shit because I don't. All I did was put bodies in a van. That's what I did.
Yeah, I mean, you and I were basically doing what we said we are going to do, save the girl. I don't really understand what happened upstairs, and Charlie seemed to be snacking on the person we were here to save, but I think
Wait, what?
everybody's still alive.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Jesus Christ.
So, I think we go with we did what we said we were going to do, and we let the people who were involved in the other things explain themselves.
Okay. So, okay, that's fair.
We saw the Jeep too,
Oh,
right?
this did not go well.
Yeah. You guys did see the Jeep, and you just obviously didn't see the coterie of them actively, but you do recognize the Jeep as well as the other cars that are filling this parking lot.
All right. I'd like to amend my recommendation earlier to. Well, I mean, they're telling their story first, so I think that we go with we saved more people than we hurt.
I mean, does that matter to these people?
We'll find out.
I just hope that this wasn't the Baron's operation. We just scuttle fucked.
If it was, we'll learn that too.
I'm of the thought that if it was, then we say, my bad, and we sue for forgiveness. Because we were trying to do something to help our people.
You were
And go
there in the baseball stadium, right? And saw how
Yeah.
much tolerance for forgiveness our Baron had when he executed those two fuckwits on the stage. Yeah, he
That
seemed real
feels-
compassionate at that time.
That feels like there's like a deeper thing to that. That doesn't seem so much like, ooh, we shook up your storefront.
Aren't
That
we
feels
supposed
like
to respect
somebody-
other people's domains?
Yeah.
So we didn't respect whoever's fucking domain that was, did we?
We talked to him about, should we look into the people that are going missing? And he's like, I don't know, fucking do it. Why not? So that's what we did.
But did we tell him where we were going? That
If he
domain
knew that people
location-
were going missing, his answer wouldn't have been, I don't know, fucking do it, I guess.
I think we're fucked.
I feel like you feel
We're not
that
gonna-
way a
We're not
lot.
going to settle it here in the parking lot, fellas.
He elbows the fan.
Yeah.
Damn it!
I think you're worried about something that hasn't even happened yet.
We're gonna-
Yeah, dude. Julian, no stress till there's
Again.
stress, all right, man?
For real
Okay,
this
you go
time.
sit in the van and we'll go in and talk.
No, I don't want you telling some fucking story about me. I trust
I'm
you
not
as
telling-
far as
I'm
I
not
can
even gonna
fucking
say your
throw
name.
you.
I won't even say your name.
Crazy ass.
Hey,
Just-
now,
So,
hey.
while we're talking about trust and crazy people, where's the person you wanted to know if we could see?
Oh, good question.
You know what? We'll talk about it later.
Yep, trust and building camaraderie that way.
Fine. You want to talk about it now? Fine.
No,
Nick's
no,
real. The guy
not-
that Julie made up, he's real. Okay, he was
Told you.
talking. I could hear him. I could see him. Julie could talk to him. He's real. I don't
Well,
want to talk
where
about
is
it
he?
anymore.
Where is he now?
I don't know. He disappeared, and I realized that doesn't sound great.
Yeah. That sounds.
maybe you both
Like something we
should
should talk
work
about
on
later.
him.
I agree.
I'm gonna try a thing. I'm gonna look at Charlie and kind of hold up the hood a little bit and like shrug, and then I'm just gonna put it on.
Be my guest.
In before I die. In before I die.
That's when you hear the razor spin up. It's really a decapitation hood.
Oh damn! You got me.
You activated my trap card.
You activated.
Roll wits and awareness.
I don't know. I think that's probably either a reflex save or a fortitude save.
All the above.
I don't know if
Um,
your net can fortify itself through a decapitation.
I do have lightning reflexes, so if I hear it, can I just yeet it real quick? Just nope.
I like where your head is currently at.
Hey, me too.
Well done. Well
So
done.
that was
Well
good.
done.
That removes all the danger from the situation, right? I made you laugh real good for fine.
Yeah,
That's
that
what we both did.
totally does. As you
I don't
put
think that means it
the
does,
cowl on, standing probably about 4 feet away from the door, but within eyesight and ear sight of you, you do see a familiar Nosferatu standing before you that wasn't there previously.
Is it Billy Wormhands?
It is indeed Billy Wormhands.
I don't remember the guy's name, so Billy Wormhands. Cool.
But it
I'm
looks
gonna
like he
make
was
a
obfuscated.
face for a second, and then try to fix my face, and then act real cool, and then kind of point him out to everybody else, like, "Y'all see that guy over there?" Like, try to be quiet about it.
When you
I
point
assume that
to
I
him,
don't, right?
yeah, you don't. When you point to him, he looks behind him and sort of cocks his head a little bit.
I'm going to look at Riley. I'm going to look over at Marlowe and go, so is what I'm learning that the imaginary friends are contagious? Is that what's going on?
I can't see him now, so I think maybe.
I don't. So I'm gonna put my back to Billy Wormhands, and to the group. Just be like, I don't think that's Nick. That's the guy with worms for hands that I'm seeing right now. What was his name? I'm trying to be real cool about it, not like being super loud. I'm trying to keep this with us the best I can because I do not remember that guy's name.
Look over, look back at Riley. No, it's not. There's nobody there.
I don't know how to explain this.
Is the
Juliet, I'm
dirt
sorry. I
underneath
thought you
our
were
feet
crazy.
loose?
No, it's a sort of like a paved parking lot. Excuse me.
All right, well, we're standing around in the parking lot talking like crazy people. We need some
Yep.
people to go inside. I'm going to stick
do
with
it.
our friend in the trunk.
Cool.
Kenneth,
Wait,
you mind
got
sticking
a
with me?
friend in the trunk?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna see if y'all could see our guy too, but I figured that's just me being a butt at this point. It's
Is he
funny,
alive?
laugh. Mostly.
Well, unalive, I guess.
It's
Yeah.
the person who pulled a gun on Riley.
Okay. Well, at least they're alive.
And I hit him with the fuck him up teeth, and he's alive.
You hit him with the fuck 'em up teeth? What the?
No. I don't think it's a thing. We're
just
just
should be a thing.
let's
That's
just-
fucking cool.
Like a video game combo.
I wish that'd be badass, man. Anyway,
Well, did they say anything informative?
something
threats.
something. Call my boss.
Did you call the boss?
No.
No.
We figured we'd go talk to the Baron and be like, he wants you to call his boss.
What if the Baron is the boss?
Then he answers the phone. Hello? Oh, hello. Yes, I'm the boss. Ah, you're in big trouble. Balls.
All right. Well, are we going to take the bodies inside now?
I think we wait.
No.
Okay, let's
Like,
go
just-
do this.
Yeah.
I start walking towards the building.
1, 2, 3, go.
Who's talking? When do we go in there?
Hi guys. And out of nowhere, the individual that Riley was seeing, she sort of just appears.
Hi.
Hi.
Nailed it. How's it going, man?
Is that Nick?
No, it's not. It's Max.
Billy Wormhands.
Damn it.
It's not Billy Wormhands. His name is Max.
Are we... You doing all right there, bud?
I mean, I am. If half of stuff they're saying is true, I don't know about you guys.
Fuck.
Who's saying
Wanna-
what?
Yeah, you want to loop us in on what's being said?
Yeah, the Code of Your Thin Bloods you guys were helping out.
Yeah.
They had said
Oh
that
my
you
goodness.
killed one of theirs, and then went across the street to the church, and then who knows what happened
And saved
afterwards.
their friend?
I mean,
Oh.
they don't know. They just know that you
Yeah.
killed one of theirs in cold-ish blood. You guys said some fucked up things.
I feel like there's some context missing from this whole thing.
I don't think context matters.
Context does matter.
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
It
maybe,
can.
Not helping. Whose side are you on, man?
We're all gonna die.
but I mean, if you think
Oh,
about it, Riley, you were part of their origin story. That's cool.
Origin story is like they're bad guys now?
I mean, we all sort of are
Like,
since we're
We're
monsters.
the villains, and we, created the heroes.
Yeah.
Like Joe Cool, who killed Thomas and
Chill.
Martha Wayne. Joe Chill. Yeah, there we go. Joe Chill. Yeah, who killed Thomas and Martha Wayne. Yeah, we get to be Joe Chill. Thanks.
Joe Chill gets got.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, and we're him.
Are those
Motion
girls
to make
still
you
talking
him.
to the Baron?
No, they're just sitting next to him currently.
Sobbing?
No, they're really happy. I don't know how the conversation went, but they were very happy with the outcome.
Oh shit.
It's nice.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be a thing.
Maybe,
All
maybe
right.
we
Watch
called
the show?
maybe we
What?
called the guy's boss and
No, we're not calling the boss. And I said, are you going to watch the show?
Yeah, everyone inside is gonna watch. There's like
All right.
20 to 40 people inside.
Sick. Audience
Really
makes it
chatty.
better. Game on. I'm gonna look at everybody and go, I know, but I'm asking you to trust a little bit.
yeah, my trust well is fucking empty with you clowns.
Yeah, your trust well was never full.
It
You forget
was.
how long
And
we've
then
known each
somebody
other.
used some of their fucking abilities on me,
hey,
and then eat somebody, and then tried to eat their friend.
Hey, voices inside.
Roughly
Allegedly.
about this time.
Allegedly.
Roughly about this time, a looks like brand new, like 2024 BMW slowly rolls onto the parking lot and parks. As Riley, you recognize your Mala begin to exit out of her car and walk past you guys without making eye contact,
Shit.
and walks right into the warehouse.
Which real low, right? Which one of you motherfuckers told on me to my mom, dude?
I'm going with Julian.
I don't know his fucking mom.
No, you never know. I'm going to start
But I'm
walking.
plowing her.
I'm gonna head inside. Chest up, shoulders square, good posture, the whole nine. Looking hot, being hot, am hot. Gonna pull the hood down, but it's an interesting look because it's no shirt, just a hood and pants.
It's a look.
I think I'm gonna
But, you know,
wait
it's
with
style.
Vincent.
And yeah, awe lives on, like we've talked about, because I don't know if Riley understands that it's something they can turn off. Um,
Okay.
So hell yeah.
I've never been more psyched to be waiting in the car.
This is gonna rule. We're fine.
Same.
Kenneth, you're
We're
staying by
fine.
too?
Like same we're fine, or same you're in the car.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Change my mind about going inside. I will wait in the car.
This looks like a shit show. Please call me when you're done.
All right. So, who is going inside besides Riley?
Charlie will.
Julian, are you going?
Fuck no.
Is Vincent going?
My original plan was to stick with the person who's in the trunk of the car, but if everyone is now staying, I think Vincent will go.
Maybe we can hit him with the old political 1-2 punch here.
Also, the last time the two of you were the social front, it went weird. So
Just one time. We have a very small like sample field here.
I'm just saying maybe we get, we diversify and see if we can
Victor, are
try
you
out
going
some different
inside?
approaches.
I'll go, because if I don't go, there's nobody sticking up for the half of us that didn't eat the pin bloods.
Just nobody sticking up for the one of us that decided to eat the blood that was being siphoned out of people. Nope, that's not helpful. This is how we fall apart in court. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, I don't know about this half of us thing. One person did it.
And some other people helped cover it up, as I recall.
I
Yeah.
ate somebody in self-defense. That's what I'm gonna say.
This is all fascinating.
God damn it, Max.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Shit. All right, game time. I'm gonna head on
after
in.
hearing this, do we have some
I
Hint?
don't get paid enough to be a baron for this reason. I stick my nose to the ground and don't fuck around with other people's business.
as you're listening to ours?
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
kind of
I'm
standing here.
in a very public space. Absolutely, this
Yeah.
is amazing.
All right, let's go. Come on, Max.
Max, I want you to know, in case I die tonight, you're one of my favorite people I've met.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. Anyway, yeah, heading on inside.
I'm gonna go keep our kidnapper company in the car. Bye.
All right, have fun.
So Victor's not going in,
Victor, I believe, is
but Vincent isn't.
correct. So it looks like Victor, Riley, and Charlie are heading inside. Julian, Kenneth, Vincent outside.
Max, come here. I want to show you some fucked up shit.
No, I appreciate that. I'm gonna watch this fucked up shit.
Yeah. This will take like 10 seconds. You'll be back.
Okay. And he comes and begins to hustle
Walk
over your
him
way.
over to the van, slide open the door. Yeah, so they kidnapped all these people and were like draining their blood and shit. Anyway, come over here.
Mhm.
Open up the door, open up the armrest.
Mhm.
That's the asshole who did it. Anyway, you're free. Get out of here.
No. Elaborate now. Hold on.
You're not
You
there,
don't get-
Riley. You get to relax. Don't worry.
No, I'm pissed. I'm nervous
You know
now.
this guy?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Close the
Wait,
armrest.
wait.
close the door.
What? Sorry, this is beyond my 10 seconds. What?
No, you're good. You can go if you want. But
Who are
also, interested in the reaction.
Yeah, police force, right?
Yeah.
You have they sort of look around. Wait for a moment. So you know how we have our boss.
Sure.
Sure.
Well, he's a busy guy. He doesn't have time to go and divvy out some of the day-to-day beatings that people need to get.
Mhm.
That's one of those guys.
He's one of the guys who divvies out the beatings.
Yeah, for the Baron.
Oh
Just sort of
shit.
indiscriminately.
Well, usually for the beatings
People
at
who
least.
fuck up.
People who fuck up, people who step out of line, whatever the Baron sort of says, they go and deliver the punishment.
Oh god.
And he's in your trunk. That's amazing. I'll be back.
I thought it couldn't get any worse.
Okay, so real quick, Vincent, help me out here. Have
Yeah.
we established that what is going on is an actual crime, like in our society? Like
What's a
taking
crime?
people, siphoning their blood, is that something that's not okay to do?
Yeah.
Do we know that?
Oh no. Because like, what's a crime, right? Tell me
Okay,
what a crime
so
is.
so I guess my point is that this might be a perfectly legitimate thing to do, that we busted up for no fucking reason. And this guy, his job is to fuck up people who do the exact shit we just did, and he serves directly under a baron.
You're sort of assuming that kidnapping people and siphoning their blood is a problem, but that inconveniencing them and carrying them around in a car is, which I don't I don't really understand how those two assumptions
I
go
guess
together.
I guess it's a power dynamic thing. We're fucking nobodies, and he's like, the sheriff. So like, if a cop arrests you and throws you in their squad car and takes you downtown, even if you didn't do anything fucking wrong, they get a lot more leeway, a lot more fucking slack than if you grab a cop and stuff them in the trunk of your car and beat the shit out of them out in the county, right? So it's not a matter of saying that what we did isn't okay in our society. It's saying it's a level of degrees. It's okay for him to do that shit, but it's not okay for us to do that shit.
Julian, I have a lot of questions for you, but at the moment, I think that probably the best thing that we can do is just sort of ride this out. And I would say that uh, in everybody's best interest is maybe let's just keep it for your manifesto later, and I'll happily read it. But for the moment, let's just deal with the problem we've got in front of us, because this is creating a lot more.
Beautifully said. I wish I was there.
I would appreciate it if you would help them deal with that problem inside.
Sure.
Because
I'm happy to
they
know I knew that.
really skull fucked what happened out there in that building. It went way sideways over a dick measuring contest that ended up with someone getting their flesh, them eaten and dead.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't there, so I'm gonna take your word on that. Kenneth, keep this under wraps, please. Like, let's make sure that this guy doesn't go anywhere until somebody tells us that he needs to.
I can certainly do my best, as long as nobody kills me in the process.
Great. I don't think that's gonna happen, but try to stop that from happening too. And then I'm gonna go inside.
As you are heading that way towards crossing the parking lot, as Riley and Charlie and Victor all enter, you begin to hear his drums doof, 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 begin to kick off. It wasn't like a recording, but there's actually like a couple of people set up all playing the same on a drum set. As you guys
Is it a drum set or like one big bass drum?
No, it's a drum set.
Oh, okay. So that could be a whole host of things. It could be band practice. It's not band practice.
It's not band practice.
Yeah.
You do see right at this time through the back room where you guys sort of saw where you guys had passed through out of your guys' cells, for the lack of a better word, and into like that little area where Tweedledee and Tweedledum were hanging out at. And through that area, Fairfield walks out, takes off his blue jean jacket, so it just has his white shirt on, and places it on a chair. And you do see behind him, also sort of creep out, are the rest of the coterie. Very gleefully walking behind Fairfield.
Out of character, I always hated those two. We should have just pushed them off a building when we had the chance, but whatever. Anyway, Riley mode, here we go.
Shortly after, Eva and Brink follow suit.
Ah, fuck, all three of them are here. We can still do it. We can absolutely still do it. Somebody else say we can do this?
Yeah, we got this.
All right, thank you. Best political smile activate. Trying to just exude confidence here. I walk in, kind of look around. We interrupting something? We came with a couple of questions and with some news, but we can come back.
No. Proceed with your questions and news.
All right.
As Fairfield sort of stands.
So, gonna kind of look around the room again. Not to go against anyone's better judgment here, but there seems to be quite the audience, and I feel like this might be better suited in smaller company.
This is just the group of people who are residing here. This is not anything sort of fancy as far as
Okay.
put you on display, if that's what you're concerned about.
Just making sure. Again, not to push any buttons or anything like that. Charlie and I were here earlier this evening with some questions about the kindred vanishing, that line of inquiry. I had an errand to run while I was running that. I did manage to actually see one of those abductions in process. So we decided that in the process of helping, and I'll gesture to the coterie of Thin Bloods, as we were asked to do, we would look into this because there's potential that this could have been the same lead. I believe there is some context given the look on their face that maybe we might need to discuss, and I feel honestly that's between us and them. There's some apologies. There's lots of bridges to be fixed in that regard. However, we were able to locate their lost coterie mate. We were able to retrieve them. And in the process, we were able to retrieve a few other kindred that have been missing.
They're under wraps at the moment. They're
Yeah.
actually outside. And one of the things, I'm going to look at Riley and give Riley a sort of like, hey, listen here, look. One of the things that it has come to our attention that we might need to ask is if what was going on regarding Fanny and the person who went missing earlier was some sort of sanctioned business.
That is correct. Being that we had been put on the spot after having located Fanny to go above and beyond the call that we were brought in for. We may have maybe jumped the gun a little bit and we should have double checked. But that's also why we come back here to discuss it and to make sure that fences can be mended and that if we did go too far, then I'll take the brunt of that. That's on me for helping steer us in that direction. If not, I wanted to make sure that you were given the information so that things could happen accordingly. Whichever way that needed to go, this felt like information that you, as our Baron, needed.
He looks over to one of his chowder. Waits for a moment. Bring them all in. As he looks over towards his chowder. His chowder goes over and begins to go through a phone and start texting.
If that was for us, we can, but I'm getting the impression that it's not.
No, it's not. And right about this time, Charlie, a notification goes off in your pocket as a phone chirps.
I'll glance at it.
It's the phone that was handed to you through the backseat.
I'll pull it up.
Can I reach my? I'd like to reach my hand out to Charlie. Be like, can I have that?
Fairfield looks towards his chowder and looks back, puzzled.
Hand the phone over towards the Baron and the Childer and say, he's outside. He's safe.
The chowder.
That was why I wanted to ask you if what was going on was sanctioned.
She looks over to the other two barons, and they just shake their head no. Not that we're aware of.
Then this is the piece that I believe we should be discussing in private.
Before we discuss that part, I think there's a place that we have to discuss prior. While yes, you guys did save Fanny and these other individuals, before that was even off the ground, a kindred received the final death performed other than me. Or one of my dogs.
Riley stays quiet for about that same amount of time. There has been a lot of unfortunate events this evening.
I think that Vincent, can I roll some sort of politics as to like how messy is this and is there a spin here?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll intel plus politics here. Or wits plus politics, whichever you prefer.
I'm gonna wits and I'm gonna surge it.
Okay.
This is not an Oblivion power
Unfortunate.
for you.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank God.
Do I have a threshold?
DC is gonna be 3 on this.
Okay.
Ooh,
Hit it.
nice. From the experiences and the bits and pieces of knowledge you've been able to pick up from the rant and rave and just sort of bypassing in these different conversations. You're unsure of how you would spin this situation. Other than maybe at a chance of the amount of people that you saved was worth the life of the one that you took.
Okay. Out of character, my only thought is combine that with yeah, we're new and nobody taught us card.
It's probably one of the few plays you have available to you as you are contemplating this quickly.
Kind of where
Yeah.
I was going to go with that also, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, so I think Vincent's gonna say, we've had an educational few nights. It's been a challenge considering that most of us were sired by people who didn't follow through on that, and we're still sort of learning the rules and the boundaries and how to keep ourselves safe and how to keep the barony safe. And one of the things that we've learned is that there are things like guns with bullets that shoot fire in them that can make us do things that we don't necessarily have control over and that we wouldn't necessarily be able to understand. Despite that, we attempted to bring some people back who had gone missing in a way that kept them safe and that kept most of the people involved safe so that you can make a choice as to what was going to happen next there. I think that what happened is regrettable, but also that we're not necessarily in a position to be sure about how to handle that beast, I think is the word that people have used, in a way that is as safe as it ought to be.
Well, I can. And you get the sense he is severely holding back words, very much holding his tongue. Understand the struggles and implication of the children, the issues you guys come across. I also hope you know I can't let this stand without
What
a
I was-
punishment.
Which is what I've been contemplating on the way over, and what the punishment is. I would receive it on behalf of my coterie.
I'd also hope that you bear in mind that we can be very helpful despite our age and our naivete. So I hope that what you'd pick would be fitting, but maybe not permanent.
It won't be. And Riley, as I admire your ability to jump on the grenade, as it were, was it you who committed this act?
It was through circumstances that I created that the act was done. Had I not acted in the way that I did, there would have been no opportunity. So, by that, I have set one of my fellow kindred into a spot of temptation.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
Because it's also known that this kindred also has the power of making their own choices other people's?
So the answer is no. No, they didn't.
The answer, everything that led to the action happening was through circumstances that I created. In no point in time was I not under my own control.
And am I in the understanding that you weren't even in the room when it took place?
When the final death was dealt, that is correct. But again,
Fine, you will
Through
both
the-
share the punishment.
I'll just kind of nod a little bit.
Both of you, please stand forward. As he reaches
All right,
behind and pulls out a gun and walks towards both of you and puts a single round in each one of you. Just straight in the gut.
Is it like a regular gun?
It is indeed just a regular gun.
Okay.
Do we need to roll frenzy checks on a regular gun?
No frenzies are needed to be rolled on a regular gun.
Ah, thank goodness.
It's my same thought.
Both of you guys take 6, reduced down to 3 superficial damage as the shot rings out for each one of you. As each one
Thank
of you
God.
go ahead and take 3 total points of superficial damage.
I panicked real hard. I'm full on my superficial health damage. So I was like, oh fuck, but it's superficial. Life just sucks at the moment.
Yeah.
If that's my understanding.
Well,
Or
if
if
you're...
my understanding of that is correct.
Let me understand because this could be very, very rough for you. Your health is not... Your tracker for your health is not full of superficial damage, correct? Or it is?
My tracker for health is full of superficial damage.
Perfect. So
but I am also at 0 hunger.
Okay. So your 3 points of superficial damage then roll over.
No, so the 3 filled the track.
I think the 3 filled.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
So
Okay.
I haven't taken anything over. I'm full of superficial as of now. Sorry.
Perfect. No, you're good. That does, however, put you into
Impaired.
So you have a -2 dice pool on all dice until you heal up.
Is it all dice or is it just my physical?
I believe it's all checks for impaired.
I think willpower is just the other ones.
I will definitely
Health,
double
I
check.
think it's just physical.
Okay, I could definitely be wrong. This is, I don't think we've ever had people go impaired
I
as
don't
much
think we
as
have either.
this chronicle. So
I need my willpower.
don't worry, we're
Is
trying
your
to get there.
Action, a rouse
I need
check
to
to
sleep.
heal.
It's true.
Also a thing. I just and like force a rouse check to maybe get one of them boxes back.
You can absolutely roll a rouse if you would like to.
Is that shitty? Is that bad? No, I'm gonna let it go because that feels like bad form to do that right then and there in front of the Baron after he just punished me like that. Yeah.
Everyone in the room is silent after the 2 shots ring out. Consider this all of your warning, and you can go to tell the rest of your, I suppose, newfound coterie this as well. This was your one.
Understood.
Heard and understood.
Next time, there will be a rant style punishment.
Understood.
Heard
What do you
and
want us to do
understood.
about the people in the cars?
Yes.
Bring them in and we'll deal with it.
I believe we still have information regarding the situation within the church, if that is information that you would like.
And
The person who held that phone mentioned that if we were to call speed dial 1, that would be to their boss. And that for whatever reason, they felt like we would want to talk to them before we talked to you. We didn't, but you might be able to do something with that. Also, they had a sensor that was causing people near it to vomit. I've seen tools like that used by people who go after people like us.
interesting.
Also, he's awake, so if you can spare a pair of hands to help make sure he doesn't do anything stupid on his way in here, I would appreciate it.
He hands the phone back to you, Vincent. Give it to him.
I look at it with like a, oh God, and then like put it in my pocket.
Give it to him. And tell him his Baron requests him inside immediately.
Understood.
You guys can go. And he looks towards Eva and Brink. They sort of nod. And excuse themselves out of the room. Head towards the parking lot.
Turn around and go follow orders.
Gonna search the room to see if my Mala is there. If she observed this whole thing go down.
She did.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna look for a second and then look away. Like, not trying to drag her into anything, but acknowledge her presence.
I think without noticing it, I'm gonna nudge Riley and go like, sort of sucks that happened and you still ended up with a hole in the shirt.
It's a good thing I traded my shirt, right?
No, because who you traded it with also got shot.
Oh, shit.
I owe you like 5 shirts now, okay?
No, it's all good. I might as well just open my wardrobe to you at this point.
Oh,
But
really?
no, not really.
Oh.
You ruined my clothes.
Um,
Also trying to keep this hushed because there is a little bit of a joke in it, and I don't want it seem like we just got in trouble and are instantly making jokes about it.
he does look over to the two of you and Victor at this point as well. Head to my office when the rest of your coterie arrives in, if they're attending this conversation. And he walks back through the door after he grabs his jacket.
Right away. I'll put that text out to the rest of everybody. Meeting with the boss. If you want in, come on in. But
I'll look at Kenneth. Well,
I
you're still
mean,
alive.
yeah.
The two of you out there did indeed see or hear the gunshots go off from inside as well.
We might want to see what that was about. Possibly.
I'll quickly call Victor.
of course, it's a weird Nokia brick that you have. I don't know why that's weirdly fitting.
Yeah, it seems right. Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah. Come on in.
Okay. Yeah, Victor says we're good.
If there's us. Oh,
You
go
think
ahead.
we're
Sorry.
okay with leaving the guy in the trunk?
That's what I'm wondering. Because I want to know what's going on.
I mean,
we probably see
Vincent is on
Vincent
his
coming
way
our
out
way.
to come
Yeah.
collect the
Yeah,
guy.
roughly about this point, you guys, as you sort of wrap up the phone call, you guys do see Vincent heading your guys' way.
Okay. Go ahead and get out of the car and start walking up towards the building.
Hey, we got to get the guy out of the trunk. He's coming in.
Oh. Okay.
Could have went a lot worse.
Yeah, Victor made it sound like everything was cool.
I assume we need to bring in everybody, so I think we're probably all headed out there, right?
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
say
we're gonna-
he did say bring in the individuals that were
Like,
recovered.
all the people.
Whole crew.
Yeah.
The van folks, the guy in the trunk.
I loaded them, so I'm not unloading them.
Billy Wormhands should probably come in also.
Max, you mind carrying somebody?
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If there is a second, I would like to have a small conversation with Charlie if we can get just a second.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are. If you guys aren't heading out to help bring people in, then you guys have that moment.
All right.
Charlie would not go out to help.
Very on brand.
Riley physically can't. Like Riley is actively like slithering towards a wall to get something to help support them at the moment.
Based and fair.
Yeah. First off, we're not doing this again.
Which part?
All of it. I need to learn to control my words. You need to learn how to not eviscerate people. We have a weird power set, and yours is infinitely more scary. But good lord. I think we have to help each other in this regard of keeping our ability in check.
That I agree with. It's just
Okay.
learning that part.
Right. Right. That's the hard part. That's where the effort comes in, I guess. Right? To figure out how to do it. The second piece of this is I don't want you thinking that I did this nobly. I would take a bullet for you 1,000,000 times over. But that's because I believe that you would, in spite of everything, I still believe that you are a better person than I am. Okay?
After that, I don't think so.
So we're done with this, whatever the fuck happened tonight, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want it to happen in the first place,
Right.
but
And I say this with the utmost love. If it's a gun, or if it's a bullet from his gun, I'm not taking another bullet.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to be in this situation anyway. Any part of it.
Okay. And I'm not. It's heavy words, but I'm not mad. Tone probably says I am. I'm not. I'm scared.
Of this life, of him.
I'm scared of the repercussions. Everybody outside, I feel like they all look at me the same kind of way that our previous group looked at me. Chaos, loose cannon, can't quite tell what we're getting into. Vaguely helpful. I'm telling you, I'm scared because I trust you.
I mean, it's kind of scary anyway, just from our past.
Valid. It still stands.
Because
I
if
got
they
your back
knew,
as long as
it would just be them.
right.
Yeah.
But I got your back as long as you got mine.
Of course, always.
All right.
And I would have just taken both of those bullets if you let it happen.
I was a bitch. I made her cry to the point of not being able to function. That's on me.
But you also don't understand that I was gonna feel that way until it happened.
Yep. Now I know. And we'll figure out how to cope.
So maybe I just need to tell you that I'm feeling that way.
Yeah. Use your words. We can find a way to get you out of this situation. We can find a way to channel that into something constructive. Okay?
It's a try.
Might not
Yeah.
might not also be the worst thing that people know that you're kind of capable of something like that, because that's pretty fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So you're a badass. Don't be that badass. All right.
I will try to lower that badass part of me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Leave some cool for the rest of us. I think Vincent wants some of that too. So
Nah, he's got it.
yeah. All right. Thanks. Good talk. I'm
right.
gonna find a place to sit and that
Are you
hurt.
okay there?
Fuck. No. Fuck.
It like felt more than a paper cut, but like not quite as like a
Yeah,
bullet going in me.
this is the second time I've been shot this evening.
Oh God,
Would
you're
not
right.
would not
Sorry about
recommend 2 bullets in one night. 0 out of
Yeah.
5. But I'm shit to help grab people and bring them in. So that is what it is.
I'm just being a butt and not helping people. So
Valid. No, you also got shot, and you're not valid to help bring people in right now. I got you.
yeah, that's what I meant.
All right. Yeah, 100%. All right, good talk.
After you guys, or the rest of you who are helping bring these individuals in, Fairfield's two chowder are sort of telling you guys where to sort of sit them up so that they can sit at least while they're being looked over by one of the individuals inside. Takes a couple of goes, but you guys are able to go ahead and bring in all the people, get them sort of set up with this younger looking individual seeming to like check for pulses and sort of like giving them once overs, almost like very rudimentary physicals of just making sure like everything's good, what they're functioning, if they're overall. If you guys got business, I can definitely handle this here. Not an issue.
Does the Baron's guy cause any trouble?
No, he heads in.
All right, well, party in the office. Let's go.
Okay.
This is gonna be interesting.
As Kenneth comes anywhere close towards Riley, I'm just gonna, hey bud, can you help me in there? My bones feel like not bones.
We can try to help each other to get in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at this
Yeah,
point
that
you are
sounds
still
good.
saying
I
like
forgot that you're also pretty fucked up. Never mind. I'll ask somebody else.
the two you're hobbling through together.
Yeah, no, I'll ask somebody else.
It could be a 3-legged race.
You know what? That sounds like fun. All right.
I guess I'll walk with Julian and so we learned killing people is against the law. Also, whatever this guy was doing was against the law, and also it's possible for us to share responsibility for that kind of thing. So generally, let's your points about let's not fuck up like this again. Yeah, 100%.
Thank you.
Nah, it's too late.
This was apparently our one. I didn't know that we got one, but I guess we did.
Is it all of our one or just their one?
I think that now we cannot say that we did not know we were not supposed to kill people.
Well, I have no, you know me. I'm not planning to kill anybody, but
Yeah.
just wanted to clarify.
We played a little bit of ignorance, and we don't get to do that twice.
Fair enough. Sorry for spinning out. This was fucking crazy, and I was not at all prepared for it.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say I don't think any of us were, but we were to varying degrees.
I guess I just need to make myself a lot more comfortable with violence.
Hopefully not, but if it comes down to it, there are some of us who are. Anyway, we gotta go talk to the big guy. So
Yeah, sure.
You guys go ahead and head into the little like waiting area that these two had, and there is a door off to the right. As you guys walk into that, it looks like more of a decently put together office, more or less, that Fairfield seems to be running out of. Nothing too crazy, but enough.
step in and to Fairfield say, did you want us to bring him in now, or is he gonna get a sort of separate meeting?
No, we'll have a separate conversation. I want to hear your side of the information you found first.
Great.
Riley's gonna take the hood off and place it like on his desk. He was wearing that when we found him. Also had a gun, a spider on it. Shot those spooky fire bullets.
Do you have it?
The gun?
Yeah.
No, we were unable to get that back.
The spooky fire bullets thing happened, and we all sort of
Mhm.
reflexively ran away.
Yes.
Yeah, that happens from time to time.
Yep. Believe me, I wanted
wasn't-
it. I wanted to grab that so bad. But
He wasn't alone either. There was somebody else who was with him. They were at a church. I'm going to give him the location of the church and sort of the general rundown of the order of operations there. Glossing over any specific details, just like we showed up, we figured out that she was in there, figured out a plan to go in there. Riley went in first, threw up a whole bunch of blood. Then we all came in and got the people out. Took this guy down. And he had somebody else who was there with a gun that shot, I think, regular bullets, who hit a couple of us a couple times. Guess bullets are not that much of a problem. Anyway, we weren't able to really see that person, so they're still out there somewhere.
It's good to know. Okay.
I also want to present the mask that we grabbed.
Yeah,
We found this.
which, I didn't think of it at the time, but this was on some of the people who were at the rant and rave. I forget the name that they used for them, but it was somebody who wasn't the Anarchs that was there that were wearing these. Another, I think, another La Sombra, like me, was one of them.
I think it starts with like an S or something like that.
Yeah. As far as if they are Sabat, I don't know 100%. I know they're unaffiliated with us, and the Camera is no more, so it's very possible they could be. But I have concerns that you guys may have kicked a larger nest than. I know how to deal with.
I think I'm going to glance at Julian and then glance back at the Baron and say, we had those concerns too. Frequently, in fact. But
Yes.
it seemed like the only way out was through.
For some of the context that I had mentioned out earlier, when we took this lack of a better word, took this job for the coterie that we were working with. We were under the impression that it was a reconnaissance type thing. Follow some leads, get a location, give that information back, and let them do what they're going to do. In the least finger pointy kind of way, just facts being facts. We presented them the information. Your friend is at this location, and we were all but strong armed into going in and wrecking up the place.
Yeah, they told me about that conversation, and if I'm going to be frank, they're not incorrect in wanting to make sure that this is going more off than a hunch.
Wasn't a hunch.
So you saw them physically there.
I have visions. They were in my vision, and what I saw was there. Not approximations, not kinda, exactly. That's not the first time this has happened.
It's really good at it.
So you saw the inside in the building of the church in general.
I saw our person, the target that we were searching for,
Sure.
on a gurney, trussed up, lines running into her, her blood being siphoned through her like she was a living dialysis machine. I saw clean, sterilized floors. I could hear the beeping of the machinery she was connected to that was keeping her vitals monitored. I knew we were where we needed to be. I told them that. They didn't want to accept it. Things got ugly.
I get that, and I don't claim to know how you and your kind work. But to me, as a individual who does not possess this sort of capabilities, it sounds like you could have seen any sort of hospital room without seeing the room itself.
I was led to that building.
Sure. Again, I don't know. I'm just saying I can see both sides. Is what I'm trying to get at here. I can see they're wanting validation that this was, in fact, where they were, more than having a vision about it. And to my understanding, they weren't looking for you guys to go and do the jailbreaking, but just gaining proof that she was actively there for them.
The problem with that, of course, is that we don't know what sort of security protocols are in place. Getting into the building might escalate to a conflict that we have no ability to back out of, which was what happened.
I get
When
that.
we attempted to make entry, we were stuck in a conflict where we had no choice but to fight.
Regardless,
So
I don't think
at that point,
you know,
we cross a line beyond just investigating.
yeah. And anyways, you know, if they're not happy with the job, fine. You know, that I don't think that that's sort of material at the moment. They didn't think we had satisfied finding their friend. I think at this point they have their proof. I think that my main concern is the people who had magical anti-vampire capes and sensors that were sucking blood out of us to store it into a refrigerator. That's sort of where my main concerns are.
Yeah.
It's not.
Thin Bloods.
That's not the first time we've run across that recently. The blood thing.
The other one
Not
was in a very different context. But
very different context, but I have a hunch. But tonight has been the comedy of errors around hunches. I'm happy to share my thoughts and theories, but at the same time, I would rather them be considered thoughts and theories if they're being shared and not something that can form repercussions.
I mean,
I'd really rather not be shot again tonight. I can't go for 3.
We know for a fact that some people sold us a flask full of something that allowed us to transform into a different shape. And that how that happened, I'm going to gesture over my shoulder. Those folks seem to think it likely involved Fanny's blood. That was sort of the other connection that we were going with.
Yes.
And we know that it worked because it worked twice, and it was part of how we figured out that they were in there.
Right.
I didn't taste it, but I have on good authority that's some good shit.
You do hear a knock at the door. Yeah. And the individual who's doing the once over. Hey, boss. I did that check, like you asked, and Fanny seems to be the only one. Okay. Tell everyone to enjoy. And the door shuts.
I'm incredibly curious, but it feels rude to ask.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
The rest of them are just mortals. They're food bags. And I'd rather not
Oh.
this go out. So I'm letting
Yeah.
everyone enjoy what they want to feed on tonight.
That's
Makes
incredibly yep. I think that's incredibly, like, can't think of the word. Very nice of you.
It's resourceful. I don't know if nice
Yes.
is the right word, but it's a way to clean up a mess that I have very few ways to resolve. As far as the operation that you had stumbled into, this is not the first time we've stumbled into something like this before. There's a new player on the board, and he goes by the Spider.
Spider. Explains the gun. Gonna look at Julian. Explains the vision.
Multiple.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
First
about
thing
the
he said.
serpent.
First thing he said tonight was, "Watch out for spiders." So
Fucking Malks. No offense.
None taken.
he's crazy, but he's our crazy, and we love him.
Just for your reference, I don't know if it'll mean anything to you, but at the church, it wasn't the spider alone. There was also a serpent. I don't know if that means anything to you. But based on occult lore, I would assume symbol of Set. Which, from the few readings I've had the opportunity to do, probably connected to the Sabbat.
Yeah, and they've been a pain in our ass for the last couple of months. Not saying that the Spider is Sabbat, but
Probably at least
Sabbat
working
ties.
together.
Yeah. Question. Because I haven't been anywhere near there in a long time, but is the Egypt room still open?
yes, it is.
Same management?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
After things went sideways a couple years ago, the management turned and ran whenever
Okay.
the new prince was announced.
Makes sense. I don't know much about what was going on in there. I just know that they were like that's the only place I ever heard the word Sabbat thrown around, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah. I don't know if the new individuals are still of the same sect, but or if it's just a shell company now for them.
I mean, spiders, serpents, Sabbat. Thank you for sharing a lot of this. It's very helpful for us to understand a little bit more of the landscape that we're in. But based on our prior conversations, I would say we're very aware that we sit at the kids' table. So I hope that any of this was helpful for you, and I think that we would appreciate some understanding of if we run into this sort of thing again, should we not run into this sort of thing again, or what do you want us to do?
Yeah, I'm happy to forget that this incident ever happened.
It's safer for you to forget that it did. But I will warn you, Spider is very resourceful. And the things I've seen and the mutilations I've had to uncover based off of his work. Watch your back.
Of course. And if we run into any more of the spider's work, do we come and tell you?
If it doesn't kill you.
I'm gonna do my best to not run into any more webs.
Good. Now, was there any cameras or anything that you guys might have been a part of that you have seen your face, know who you are?
Fuck.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, at the church specifically.
Not all of us, but definitely a couple.
I don't think I was on camera, which is a shame because I'm the hot one. Big
Really?
smile to try to try to alleviate the tension in the room.
And did you come straight here afterwards?
No, there was
We
some,
drove around a little bit.
yeah, some roundabout.
I really don't want to say this because I'm afraid of the repercussions, but the van was theirs.
You see him throw his fist through the table.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to us all like pressed up against the
Yep.
wall.
Nope.
We have work to do. And that is where we will go ahead and end tonight's session.
Nice.
Thank you guys so much for coming, hanging out. Really do appreciate it. Again, that was a wonderful, wonderful episode. 15, all according to plan. It could have been worse. We will see you guys next week for episode 16, and we will see where this now official coterie heads off to. Congratulations, guys. You guys are now the big C word.
Yeah, I kind of forced that on us. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's all good.
For better or for
Hello.
worse.
I was trying real hard to make sure nobody else got shot.
And I think we were rounding third anyways, so.
Yeah. Heyo.
Ayo, indeed. But thank you guys so much
What
for
a
coming,
third
hanging out. We will see you guys next week.